Cheerfulness is a spontaneous expression of a purified heart and a steady mind. A clear mind is naturally blessed with cheerfulness, and a cheerful person spontaneously loves all and hates none. A cheerful person is fulfilled within, and this cheerfulness overflows, affecting everyone who comes near. On the other hand, an impure mind teems with countless conflicts. Spiritually speaking, a person with such a mind is empty. One who is empty envies those who are fulfilled and easily becomes angry and vengeful. Therefore, it is of utmost importance to cultivate those divine qualities that purify the heart and steady the mind, thereby allowing cheerfulness to unfold spontaneously. According to Bhagavad Gita, the divine qualities are fearlessness, steadfastness in knowledge, generosity, self control, inclination toward studying the revealed scriptures, austerity, non injury, truthfulness, self sacrifice, tranquility, compassion, non possessiveness, modesty, inner strength, forgiveness, fortitude, and absence of hatred and conceit. Unfolding these qualities transforms a person into a divine being. There are numerous degrading qualities, among them egoism, arrogance, conceit, anger, and rudeness, which are opposed to the divine qualities. These qualities entangle human beings in the web of insatiable desire, hypocrisy, arrogance, lust, anger, and strife, and blind them to the knowledge that lust, anger, and greed are three gates that lead to perdition. The Gita explains how to close these three gates and seal them permanently. This is done by systematically the degrading qualities and allowing the divine qualities to unfold in their stead. This scripture explains that every activity, physical, verbal, and mental, has three aspects: divine, intermediate, and demonic. By involving ourselves in activities that are intrinsically divine, we move closer to the divine. The same is true of intermediate and demonic activities. These three aspects permeate every sphere of action and have a profound influence on what we become. Thus, we can transform ourselves by becoming aware of how these aspects play out in our daily activities. Once we have attained this awareness, we can then begin to choose to drop the activities that have a demonic influence and engage in those that are divine. This notion is somewhat alien to the habitual way most of us have come to regard the world. But a glance at these three aspects at play in a few of our activities will serve to clarify this concept and show how it can be used as a tool of transformation. Food. Divine food is fresh, vibrant, easy to digest, lightly seasoned, cooked by someone who is serene and honored without hurting others. Such food is pleasing to both our minds and our senses while it is being eaten and while it is being digested. Food which is nutritious but not fresh, and food which is mass produced or canned or whose sole attractive features are appearance and taste is intermediate food. Demonic food is old, smelly, devoid of nutrients, and painful to the senses of taste, smell, and sight. It is hard to digest and is injurious to our health. Worship. Worship dedicated to God selflessly, lovingly, and without demand or condition is divine worship. Worship dedicated to God or to other forces with the intention of securing a reward, such as power, fame, or material prosperity, is intermediate worship. Demonic worship is dedicated to ghosts and spirits. Austerity. The highest austerity is performed with the single minded will towards self discipline, self discovery, and self purification. There is no thought of external recognition or reward because the practice is its own reward. The intermediate type of austerity is performed to demonstrate our virtue to others or to secure a higher post in a religious order. Demonic austerity is undertaken without joy or is imposed by external authority. Any practice of austerity, which is a form of torture for the body or the mind, is demonic. Charity. A charitable act by a generous person who desires nothing in return, directed to the appropriate people at the perfect time, is the highest charity. Discipline. There are three realms of discipline: physical, mental, and verbal. Serving others, cultivating a healthy body, and exercising control over the senses are examples of physical discipline. Speaking less, voicing only that which is true and sweet, and studying spiritual texts are verbal disciplines. Cultivating serenity of mind and mental silence, practicing inner control, and striving for purity of heart are forms of mental discipline. These disciplines are divine when they are firmly grounded in self knowledge and when we undertake them joyfully. If we undertake them without understanding why we are doing them or out of a sense of obligation, they are of an intermediate grade, and when these practices are forced on us by parents, teachers, religious institutions, or society, they become a form of torture, not a mean of discipline. Thus, they lose their virtue and pull us toward the demonic. The Gita contains similar descriptions of the effect of these three aspects on study, meditation, selfless service, and other spheres of action. The point is that by analyzing our physical, verbal, and mental activities in every area of life, we can transform ourselves and unfold our divine qualities. This is the work of a lifetime. It takes determination, courage, and the willingness to examine all of our habits and to consciously choose those that purify the mind and strengthen the will. According to yoga, one who cultivates transparency of mind, clarity of thought, and firmness of will becomes light and cheerful. The more cheerful we are, the more difficult it is for painful thoughts to enter our minds. Painful thoughts create fear, insecurity, and delusion, and the less we have of these, the fewer negative feelings we will have for others. A mind unencumbered by negativity is open and spontaneous. Such a mind is clear and is quick to understand. The person possessing such a mind acknowledges and appreciates the virtues of others and is indifferent toward those who seem to be doing evil.